Hey everybody, Jared here, and today I am going to show you one of the funnest, quickest, most essential tutorials I can show you that is so ridiculously easy you might be angry when I'm done. So what I have here in this folder is 192 images. These are scans from a book, and they're all high-resolution TIFF files, and these 192 pictures, and the book is in the public domain, so I can do this. These 192 pictures are 1.13 gigabytes of space. So let's say for a moment that I really wanted to have lower resolution images that instead of uncompressed TIFFs were mildly compressed JPEGs. Well, it's really, really quick. It's really, really easy. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a folder to put my JPEG files in. And the reason I want this separate, because it'd be much easier if I were to have JPG, so I've got a place to put it. Now, I'm going to run over to Photoshop, boom. And if you notice in Photoshop, I have nothing open, and that's where this gets fun. You go to File, and you go to Scripts, and you go to Image Processor. Interestingly enough, this utility that's been built into Photoshop for years, even if you've never seen it before. I go to Image Processor, and it says, select the images to process. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to select my folder. And let me make my life a little bit easier first. See if I can copy the folder name. It's a very long folder name. Select folder, and yes, I'm able to paste that folder name in there, and there it is. So I'm inside the folder. I don't have to click any other file, and I click OK. I do not want to include all subfolders because there you go. I don't need to. And then I'm going to come over here, and it says, where do you want to save the files? Well, I'm going to select a folder to save the files, and I can come over here and choose JPEG. Very straightforward. So where are your source files? Where are your destination files going to be? What type of file would you like? I'd like a JPEG. Now, when it comes to quality, this one is very important. The highest quality you can do in Photoshop is a quality 12. That is the highest quality you can do. Generally, I save all my files as JPEG quality 12, as they look almost identical to the original without much degradation. But let's say for a moment that I'm going to be willing a little bit to go to, let's say, go down to 10. I would never go past 6, but 10 is going to be a really good quality. My next favorite part is this resize to fit. So when you say resize to fit, what it means is what is the most width or most height I can do. So if it'll always make sure that the image keeps its original aspect ratio, but is never taller or wider than this number. So let me come over here and do something like 1500 pixels by 1500 pixels. That means that when I'm done, no matter what shape the original image is, the biggest number, either height or width, will always be 1500 pixels. And that would be pretty much fill my screen, regardless of how you look at it. And then I would click Run. That's it. Run. Boom. And you wait. And it does its thing all by itself. And you can see it's going to keep popping up and doing its thing. Open, resize, save as a JPEG quality 10, open, resize, save as a JPEG quality 10, and close. And all I have to do is wait for 192 of these to go by. And if you'll notice, this first file was 8 megabytes. And, it made a subfolder for me. And the second file is 546 kilobytes. That's a nice ratio. You can also see that it's got a nice little, it's going really, really fast. So I will see you in a moment, and we'll see how long it actually takes and what the final files look like. And that's it. There's no pop-up menu or alert telling you that it's done. It's just done. Let's come back over to the folder. And here are all the pictures. Great. That's phenomenal. They're all right there. But let's take a look at the details. And what you'll see here is that the first one it did at 257, and the last one it did at 303. So this entire process took 6 minutes. The other thing you'll notice is that the dimensions of all the images, they're different, but one of the dimensions is never bigger than 1500. And because all my images are portrait, it is always the second image, the second number that's 1500. But if there was a variety of them, maybe you see 1500 by 900, it wouldn't matter. because I said fit inside. It didn't stretch them. It didn't squash them. It just resized them to not be bigger than that. And there they are. So that's the process. Relatively straightforward. I hope it works well for you, and enjoy.